So you're a homeowner in Naples, Florida, and you're thinking about a screen enclosure. It's a fantastic idea, but, and this is a really big but, building one here is a whole different ballgame than anywhere else. This isn't just about keeping mosquitoes out. It's about some serious engineering for a very, very demanding coastal environment. So, let's get into the nitty-gritty details you absolutely need to know. I mean, look at this. This is what we all want, right? The perfect, beautiful, bug-free outdoor oasis. But here in Southwest Florida, the forces of nature are, well, they're always testing our work. If you get this build wrong, you're looking at expensive repairs, or even worse, a total failure during a big storm. So how do you make sure this dream view is built to last? Well, it all starts with understanding two powerful forces that are working against your enclosure every single day. And here they are, public enemy number 1 and number 2, wind and salt. First, you've got incredible high-velocity winds. We're in a high wind zone, which means any enclosure has to be built to handle hurricane-force gusts. Second, you have coastal corrosion. That wonderful salt air we love is relentlessly trying to chew away at every metal part, weakening the structure from the inside out. Seriously, every single decision we're about to go over is about how to fight these two things. Now, just to make sure we're all on the same page, what exactly is a screen enclosure? It's pretty simple. An aluminum frame with screen mesh stretched across it. It's built to keep your pool or patio clear of bugs and leaves. Simple idea, right? Well, as you're about to see, doing it right here in Naples gets complicated, fast. All right, before anyone even thinks about cutting a single piece of aluminum, we have to talk about the fun part. And by that, I mean permits and red tape. Look, this is the very first step, and getting it right is absolutely critical. A mistake here can stop your project dead in its tracks before it even gets started. The thing is, the permitting process here has layers. First, your address is a huge deal. The rules are different depending on whether you're in the city of Naples or in unincorporated Collier County. We're talking about things like setbacks, how far your cage has to be from your property line. A design that's perfectly fine on one street might get rejected just a block away. Then there's something called the appraiser's check. You can't build a new structure on an old patio or deck if that patio was never permitted in the first place. It has to be legalized before you can build on it. So the bottom line is this: proper permitting is not optional. It protects your property value and your insurance. Okay, so let's get into how these things are built, literally from the ground up. And we're going to start with the most critical and honestly the most misunderstood part of the whole thing, the foundation. This is what holds everything down when the wind really starts to blow. This brings us to a huge question, one that trips up so many homeowners. You've got this beautiful paver patio already, so can't you just bolt the enclosure right onto those pavers? It seems like it would work, but the answer is a hard, definite no. And here's exactly why. And this picture says it all. On the left, you see a structural concrete footer. That's a solid, reinforced beam of concrete, and it is designed to provide serious anchoring power. On the right, you have the pavers. They look nice, but they're just sitting on a bed of sand. One is structural muscle, the other is purely decorative. So let's be crystal clear on this. You cannot anchor a screen enclosure to pavers. They offer zero resistance to something engineers call wind uplift. That's the force that literally tries to rip the entire structure out of the ground in a storm. That's why a reinforced concrete footer isn't just a good idea, it is a mandatory, code-required part of a safe build. And the process has to happen in the right order. First, you dig out and pour the structural footer. That's step 1, always. Only after that's done can you prep the site and install the pretty decorative pavers on top and inside. You have to build the strength in first, then you add the style. Okay, with a rock-solid foundation in place, we can finally look up at the structure itself. This is where the engineering really comes into play, to fight off those hurricane-force winds we've been talking about. The strength of the whole frame really comes down to the size of the aluminum beams. And the principle is simple. The wider the open space you want to have, what they call the span, the thicker and stronger the beam has to be. You'll see beams that are 4 inches all the way up to these massive 10-inch beams for really big open designs. This isn't just a style choice, it is a straight-up engineering calculation. Now, this right here, this is often the single biggest failure point in high winds. It's the connection where the aluminum frame meets the concrete foundation. You can have the strongest beams in the world, but if they aren't bolted to the ground properly, it's all for nothing. You need a solid structural bond with heavy-duty hardware to transfer all that wind load safely into the ground. And to make things even more stable, especially on bigger enclosures, engineers add extra reinforcement. You'll often see these diagonal K-braces in the corners. They're critical for stopping the whole structure from twisting or rocking side to side in the wind. For those really long spans, you might also see these stainless steel tension cables. They add a ton of rigidity without needing a bulky post in the middle of your view. Okay, so the main structure is engineered. Great. Now, let's zoom in on the smaller details, because these are the things that make a huge difference in how long your enclosure is actually going to last in this coastal climate. Right, we have to talk about that other enemy again, corrosion. And it's all driven by the silent killer that is salt air. It is constantly, quietly working to degrade every single metal part of your enclosure. Which brings us to the fasteners. Yep, the thousands of screws holding the whole thing together. If you use standard galvanized screws, they will rust. It's not a question of if, it's a question of when. And when they do, you'll see those ugly rust stains, but worse, that connection is now compromised. A rusted screw is a structural weak point. Upgrading to stainless steel is genuinely one of the smartest investments you can make for the life of your enclosure. And what about the actual screen? You've got options. Standard screen gives you the best visibility and airflow. But if you live near the water in Naples, you know all about no CMs. For those, you'll want a tighter 20/20 mesh to block those tiny pests. And if you need something really tough, say for pets or just for extra durability in the wind, there's Super Screen, which is way more resistant to tearing. Okay, we have made it through the heavy-duty technical stuff. Now we can get to the fun part, making the design choices that really shape how you're going to use and enjoy your new space. Your roof choice makes a huge difference. A standard screen roof is great. It keeps bugs out but lets the sun and rain in. If you want a space you can use even when it's raining, you'll need a solid aluminum pan roof. And for the top-of-the-line experience, you've got insulated roof panels, or IRPs. They don't just block the rain, they block a ton of heat, which keeps your patio so much cooler. And this brings us right back to that dream view we started with. Modern engineering makes something called the picture view design possible. It gets rid of the vertical posts to create these massive, wide-open views, sometimes up to 49 feet clear. This is only possible because of those heavy-duty engineered beams we talked about. It's the perfect proof that you do not have to sacrifice strength to get a spectacular view. So to pull this all together, here are the crucial questions you should ask any contractor you talk to. You are now totally equipped to understand their answers. Ask them about the foundation. Tell them you want stainless steel fasteners. Ask to see the wind load engineering for your specific design, and confirm the permit status of your existing patio. Their answers to these questions will tell you if you're working with a real pro who understands how to build in Naples. Because in the end, building a screen enclosure in Naples isn't just another home improvement project. It's about engineering a tough, resilient structure that can handle the unique forces of our environment and become a lasting, valuable part of your home. For any homeowners who want to connect with experienced professionals who are familiar with all the Naples-specific engineering and permitting we've discussed, we've put contact information for Screen Factory Florida in the description below as a resource for you.